Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Motivational Montage. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I got a couple of questions that have been posing through my head that I've asked around and I've researched, and I've even come up with my own conclusions, and then I'd go around and ask about those, and some got corrected and some got reinforced and others got shot down instantly, which is super. That's called growth, you know. But if you don't know something, you gotta ask. And if you don't want to know something about something, you're not gonna ask. And that's called ignorance. And it just so happens to be the very topic I'm going to talk about. I'm going to define ignorance for all of us so we can understand it better. So what is ignorance? Is it bad? Is it good? Well, let's find out. My research right here. Yes, being ignorant is generally considered bad because it leads to poor decisions, hinders personal growth, and can harm society by fueling prejudice and preventing progress. But it can also be a temporary state that motivates learning, and a blissful ignorance can sometimes protect innocence or reduce stress in specific situations. The key difference lies between willful ignorance, refusing to learn, that is, and unavoidable ignorance, just lacking information. It's unavoidable in some cases. So let's get down to the brass tacks, shall we? What am I talking about? Well, ignorance is bad when poor decisions are included here, as lacking knowledge leads to uninformed choices in health, finance, politics. It affects yourself, myself, and it'll affect others. If I was ignorant about making YouTube videos, well, I'd be hurting you because my videos would look like dung. I'm going to say it, okay? But I do know something, so I do the best I can. Nice view. That's Signal Mountain, by the way. Yes, Signal Mountain, Tennessee. I made a good choice, good decision, because I was informing myself. I was not ignorant. I was walking all over the place, right? So if I make good videos, it's not going to affect you badly. If I got good information and I pass that on, that's not going to affect you badly, right? That is one of the cases of poor decisions. It can also cause social harm. I just mentioned that. It can breed prejudice. It can invalidate other people's experiences. It can even stop necessary societal changes. It can do that. It'll also stifle growth, okay? It prevents learning, scientific discovery, social learning, personal development, such as reading, writing, things of that nature, social skills, okay? Especially in crucial roles like a doctor or a leader. If they're pretty ignorant in a lot of these areas, they're not going to be effective in the area they supposedly trained in, right? So, when can ignorance be neutral or good? All right? Motivation for learning is one of the potential good things about it. The realization of ignorance is the first step to seeking knowledge and making discoveries. When I began to make the YouTube videos, I really kind of sort of thought I knew, and I put some out there. No, I was looking around at other YouTube videos. Mine didn't look like theirs. Oh, well, I'm unique. That's different. That's okay. But there was a certain pattern that is expected from a viewer. So YouTube videos need to be altered in that way, so I became more aware. All right? Blah, blah, blah. Making discoveries. That was one of the discoveries that I made, was I needed to make some changes in how I do the YouTubes. It also a good possible neutral thing, protecting innocence. Keeping children ignorant of the world's evil preserves their childhood, in a manner of speaking, right? There's also the mental well-being, okay? Blissful ignorance is what it's kind of called. It can mean choosing not to dwell on negativity, which will increase happiness and contentment. Oh dear, I don't know where to make a video. I don't have a car. Well, you got 2 feet and the legs that are attached to them work. Keep on walking. You'll find a spot. Oh, look. So, yeah. When we do allow ignorance to allow, it does help our focus sometimes in a good way or in a neutral way. Being ignorant of distractions allows us to focus more on the priorities and the important things we need to focus on, such as, well, I'll find a place to make a video eventually. I walk all over, I'll see it. Oh, just like that. All right, the key distinction between good ignorance and bad ignorance. Let's break it down. Bottom line, shall we? Bad ignorance is willfully choosing to remain uninformed or denying facts, like conscious stupidity, I can't make any videos because I don't have a car. Period. Well, look at this. I'm still making videos, so I didn't choose that. All right. Good and neutral ignorance is a temporary state of not knowing, especially when paired with a desire to learn or a conscious choice to protect the well-being. I mean, yeah, that's the bottom line of all of this is, do we want? Do we need? Okay. When we get to that point, then we've got to satisfy another criteria. Does it edify us? But more importantly, does it glorify Him? Does it magnify the Father? Does it lift up Jesus? Does it point out the Holy Spirit is working? If not, it doesn't matter what I think. I'm ignorant because it didn't do those things. Oh yeah, it might be a good statement, it might be a good video, it might be a good location, but if it doesn't edify Him, yeah, what's the point? Really? I don't want to be ignorant about that, because hey, He is worth my attention, He is worth my focus, and I thank Jesus for allowing me the ability to get to that point, and I thank the Holy Spirit for keeping me there, even if I do. Human nature jumps out from time to time. The Holy Spirit is faithful and just to bring me back on track and keep my eyes lifted up. Which is another thing that He does too. I'm always able to lift up my eyes to the Lord. Look to the hills where my strength comes from. And I will always and forever have the ability and the strength to love you when you can't do anything about it. Stay blessed, safe, healthy, and frosty. Till next time we get together, keep looking up.